Welcome back to our channel, coin enthusiasts and treasure hunters. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most iconic and valuable coins in U.S. history, the 1950 Lincoln Wheat Penny. If you've ever thought of pennies as being worthless, think again. This particular penny could be hiding a treasure worth thousands of dollars, and today we're going to explore exactly why it's so valuable, what to look for, and how you can spot one of these rare finds. The 1950 Lincoln Wheat Penny was minted during an important period in American history. It was the year the Korean War began, and the U.S. economy was moving forward in the post-World War II boom. These pennies were a common sight in circulation, and many were used for everyday transactions. However, the 1950 penny has proven to be far more than just a simple coin. It has become a valuable collector's item over time. Let's take a closer look at the key features of this coin. On the obverse, you'll find the classic portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by sculptor Victor David Brenner. This image has graced the front of the Lincoln cent since its introduction in 1909. Surrounding Lincoln's image, you'll find the words "Liberty" and the motto, "In God We Trust." Below Lincoln's portrait, you'll see the minting year, 1950, which is the key to identifying this particular coin. On the reverse of the coin, you'll see the famous wheat stalks that earned this penny its nickname, the Wheat Penny. The words "United States of America" and "E Pluribus Unum" are etched around the coin, with 1 cent proudly displayed in the center. The design is simple, yet timeless, symbolizing the agricultural heritage of the U.S. and its resilience during tough times. Now, let's talk about the rarity and value of the 1950 wheat penny. While many 1950 pennies were minted, what makes this particular coin valuable is its rarity in certain conditions. The key to its value lies in how well preserved the coin is. As time has passed, many 1950 pennies have been worn down through years of circulation, but a few gems have survived in excellent condition. These coins, known as uncirculated pennies, can command significant amounts of money from collectors who are seeking to add pristine examples to their collections. But what really gets collectors excited about the 1950 wheat penny are the errors that can be found on some of these coins. Errors are a big deal in the world of coin collecting, and they can significantly increase the value of a coin. The 1950 penny has a couple of specific errors to look for that can make it worth far more than its face value. One of the most sought-after errors is the 1950 D over 1950. This rare variety occurred at the Denver Mint, where a die used to strike the pennies was mistakenly double engraved with the date 1950. As a result, you can see the faint remnants of the earlier date under the visible 1950. If you find one of these coins in good condition, it can be worth a small fortune. The 1950 D over 1950 penny is one of the most valuable error coins from this year, with collectors willing to pay top dollar for it. Another error to keep an eye out for is the double die obverse. This occurs when the coin die strikes the planchet more than once, causing parts of the design to appear doubled. This could show up as a doubled "Liberty" or "In God We Trust" on the front of the coin. A 1950 wheat penny with this type of error can also increase in value, especially if it's in pristine condition. So why is the 1950 Lincoln Wheat Penny so valuable in the world of coin collecting? Simply put, it's rare, historic, and features desirable error variations that collectors crave. Coins that have errors or are in exceptional condition are always in demand because they are much harder to find than standard coins. The scarcity of these coins makes them highly sought after, and their prices can rise exponentially depending on their rarity and condition. Now, how can you spot a valuable 1950 Lincoln Wheat Penny? First, start by examining the condition of the coin. A well-preserved penny, one that shows little to no wear, is far more valuable than a heavily circulated one. If your coin has any signs of a double die error or a minting error like the 1950 D over 1950, you could be sitting on a valuable treasure. It's essential to carefully inspect the coin under magnification to check for any signs of doubling or unique minting features. Additionally, don't forget to look for the mint mark. A 1950 penny from the Denver Mint will have a small D under the date. The Philadelphia Mint pennies, on the other hand, will have no mint mark. If your coin is from Denver and shows the D over 1950 error, you've stumbled upon something truly special. So, how much could your 1950 wheat penny be worth? If you have a well-preserved, uncirculated 1950 penny, or one with a rare error like the 1950 D over 1950, you could be looking at a value anywhere from $4,000 to $38,000. Yes, you read that right. A single penny, once worth just 1 cent, could be worth thousands of dollars depending on its condition and any unique features. Before we go, we want to hear from you. Have you ever found a rare 1950 Lincoln wheat penny, or maybe a coin with an error that turned out to be far more valuable than you expected? Let us know in the comments below. Today's video is one you won't want to miss. We're going to take a deep dive into a truly iconic coin from the mid-20th century, the 1953 Lincoln wheat penny. You may have come across one of these in your coin jar, but do you know just how much it's worth? Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what makes the 1953 wheat penny so valuable and how to spot one that could be worth thousands of dollars. Let's start by exploring the key features of the 1953 Lincoln wheat penny. Minted in both Philadelphia and Denver, this coin is a classic example of American currency. The obverse, front, of the coin features the iconic portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. This image has been used since the coin was first introduced in 1909, and it remains one of the most recognizable portraits in U.S. coinage. To the left of Lincoln's image, you'll find the word Liberty, and above him, the national motto, "In God We Trust." Below Lincoln's portrait, you'll see the year of minting, 1953, which is key to identifying this particular coin. Now, flipping the coin over to the reverse side, we find the famous wheat stalks. The wheat design, which has earned this penny its nickname, was used from 1909 to 1958. On the reverse, you'll also see the words United States of America and E pluribus unum surrounding the central phrase, 1 cent. The wheat stalks themselves symbolize the agricultural heritage of the United States, reflecting its foundation on farming and hard work. These elements combined give the coin a sense of tradition and national pride. While the 1953 Lincoln wheat penny may seem like just another penny at first glance, there are a number of unique factors that can make this coin valuable, and they go beyond just its age. One of the key reasons the 1953 Lincoln wheat penny is valuable is its rarity in certain conditions. Over time, most of these coins were heavily circulated, leading to wear and tear. However, uncirculated 1953 pennies, those that have never been used in everyday transactions, are much harder to come by and can fetch a significant price among collectors. If you find a 1953 penny that looks almost as good as new, you're holding onto a treasure. But here's where things get really exciting: errors. If you've been collecting for a while, you know that minting errors are a huge deal in the world of numismatics. The 1953 Lincoln wheat penny is no exception. There are a few errors you should be on the lookout for that could significantly increase the value of this coin. One of the most notable errors for the 1953 penny is the double die error. This occurs when the die used to strike the coin is misaligned, causing part of the design to appear twice. The most common place to spot this error is in the word Liberty or in the motto, "In God We Trust." You might see the letters doubled, which gives the coin a unique look. This error can make the coin incredibly rare and highly sought after. Another error to keep an eye out for is the off-center strike. This happens when the coin is not properly aligned during the minting process, causing the design to be shifted or missing in certain areas. An off-center strike creates a one-of-a-kind coin that can be worth a lot more than a regular penny. If you find a 1953 Lincoln wheat penny with this type of error, it's definitely a keeper. You might also find repunched mint marks on some 1953 pennies. A repunched mint mark occurs when the mint mark is struck more than once, often slightly out of alignment. For the 1953 penny, this could happen to the D mint mark for coins minted in Denver. A repunched mint mark makes the coin stand out and increases its value to collectors who specialize in mint mark errors. Now, you're probably wondering, why is the 1953 Lincoln wheat penny so valuable, and what makes it stand out from other pennies? The main factors that drive up its value are rarity, condition, and errors. A 1953 penny in mint condition can be worth significantly more than one that has been heavily circulated. Moreover, coins with errors, such as a double die error, off-center strike, or repunched mint mark, are extremely rare, and collectors are willing to pay a premium for these unique pieces. If you're looking to spot a valuable 1953 Lincoln Wheat penny, there are a few steps you can take. First, always examine the coin closely for mint errors. Use magnification to check for signs of a double die or off-center strike. If the coin is in uncirculated condition, even without errors, it's still worth much more than a regular penny. Also, don't forget to check the mint mark. A D mint mark means the coin was struck at the Denver Mint, and if it shows signs of a repunched mint mark, it could make the coin significantly more valuable. So, just how much can a 1953 Lincoln Wheat penny be worth? Well, if you have a well-preserved, uncirculated penny, or one with a rare minting error like a double die or off-center strike, your coin could be worth anywhere from $4,000 to $35,000. Yes, this small penny, which once only bought you a single cent's worth of goods, can be worth an incredible amount of money to the right collector. Before we wrap up, we want to hear from you. Have you ever come across a 1953 Lincoln Wheat penny or any other coin with a rare error that turned out to be worth far more than you expected? Share your experiences with us in the comments below. Today, we're talking about the iconic 1954 Lincoln Wheat penny, a coin that might be lurking in your pocket change right now, just waiting to be discovered as a valuable collector's item. This is one coin you definitely don't want to overlook, because in the right condition, or with the right error, it could be worth thousands of dollars. But don't worry, we're here to break down everything you need to know about this little piece of history and how to identify one that could make you a lot richer. So, grab a magnifying glass and let's dive in. The 1954 Lincoln Wheat penny is part of the long-running Wheat series, which was minted from 1909 until 1958. If you've collected pennies or just looked through your loose change, you've likely seen this classic design. But let's take a closer look at its key features and why they matter. On the obverse side of the coin, you'll find a portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. This design has been a staple of U.S. currency since 1909, making Lincoln's image instantly recognizable. On the left side of the coin, you'll spot the word Liberty, and above Lincoln's head, the motto, "In God We Trust," is engraved. You'll also see the year of minting, which, in this case, is 1954. This marks the year when the coin was produced during the early 1950s, a period when the country was thriving economically. Now, let's flip the coin over to the reverse side. The most distinct feature is the wheat stalks that form the outer border, giving this coin its iconic name, the Wheat Penny. In the center, you'll find the words, United States of America, e pluribus unum, and, of course, the denomination, 1 cent. The wheat stalks symbolize the country's agricultural roots and its deep connection to farming, which was a major part of the American economy at the time. So, now that we know what the coin looks like, let's talk about why it's valuable and what makes it so special. The 1954 Lincoln Wheat penny is valuable primarily because of its rarity in certain conditions. The vast majority of these pennies were circulated in everyday transactions and, over time, became worn and damaged. But finding a well-preserved, uncirculated 1954 penny is much rarer than you might think. A coin that looks almost as pristine as the day it was minted can demand a much higher price in the market, but the real treasure comes when you find a 1954 wheat penny with a minting error. And, let me tell you, this coin has some errors that could make it worth a lot of money. The most sought-after error for the 1954 Lincoln Wheat penny is the double die error. This occurs when the die used to strike the coin is misaligned, causing part of the design, like the lettering or Lincoln's portrait, to appear twice. The most common places to spot a double die on this coin are the word Liberty or the motto, "In God We Trust." If you have a penny with this double impression, you're in luck, because it can increase the coin's value substantially. Another error to look out for is the off-center strike. This happens when the coin is struck at an incorrect angle, resulting in a design that is shifted or incomplete. An off-center 1954 penny can be a rare and unique find, and collectors are always on the lookout for these types of coins because they're one of a kind. You should also check for a repunched mint mark. The 1954 penny was minted in both Philadelphia, no mint mark, and Denver, D mint mark. A repunched mint mark occurs when the mint mark is struck multiple times in different positions, which creates a slight overlap or misalignment. This error is relatively rare and makes a coin more appealing to collectors. So, how do you spot a valuable 1954 Lincoln Wheat penny in your collection? First, you'll want to inspect the condition of the coin. If it looks worn out and heavily circulated, it may not be worth much more than face value. However, if the coin is well preserved, with minimal wear, it's already worth more than just a penny. Use a magnifying glass to check for any minting errors, like a double die or an off-center strike, as these can significantly boost the value. Also, be sure to check the mint mark. If the coin has a D mint mark, there's a chance it could have a repunched mint mark error, which increases its rarity and value. Now, let's talk about the value of the 1954 Lincoln Wheat penny. You might be surprised to know that a well-preserved, uncirculated 1954 penny could be worth anywhere from $4,000 to $37,000. Yes, that's right, this little penny, which is often overlooked, can be a goldmine in the right condition. And if you've got one with a rare minting error, the value could soar even higher. Before we wrap up, I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever come across a 1954 Lincoln Wheat penny or any other coin with a minting error? What was the most valuable coin you've ever found? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare and valuable coins, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on our latest discoveries. Today, we're going to talk about a true gem that might be hiding in your change jar right now, the 1944 Lincoln Wheat penny. This little coin, which is often overlooked, has a fascinating history and could be worth a lot more than you think. If you've ever wondered what makes certain coins so valuable, you're in the right place. Stick with me as we break down the key features, look at some potential errors to watch out for, and talk about why this coin is worth so much. By the end of this video, you'll be ready to spot your very own highly valuable 1944 Lincoln Wheat penny. Let's kick things off by discussing the key features of the 1944 Lincoln Wheat penny. This coin is part of the famous Wheat series, which was minted from 1909 to 1958. The 1944 penny carries with it a unique history, as it was struck during the final year of World War II, a time of great change and challenges for the United States. The obverse side of the coin features the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. Lincoln's face, as you know, is an emblem of strength, leadership, and perseverance. Beneath the portrait, you'll find the words, Liberty, and above it, the famous motto, In God We Trust. The year 1944 is boldly stamped below Lincoln's portrait, marking the coin's mintage during a time of national struggle and wartime effort. On the reverse side, you'll see the two stalks of wheat that give the coin its nickname, the Wheat penny. Between the stalks is the phrase, 1 cent, and beneath it, you'll find United States of America and E pluribus unum, which means, out of many, one. The wheat stalks are symbolic of America's agricultural roots, and the design itself represents the importance of the nation's farm economy during the early 20th century. Now, let's talk about why this coin is so valuable. The 1944 Lincoln Wheat penny holds a special place in numismatic history for several reasons. First and foremost, it was minted during a year that stands out in American history, 1944, in the middle of World War II. But more importantly, this coin is valuable because of its unique composition. You see, during World War II, copper was a critical material for the war effort. As a result, in 1943, the U.S. Mint switched the composition of the penny to steel to conserve copper. But in 1944, the Mint returned to using copper, the same material that had been used for centuries to strike pennies. However, it wasn't just any regular copper penny. The 1944 penny was also produced in high quantities, but the real value lies in the specific mint marks and error types that were made during its production. If you have a 1944 Lincoln Wheat penny, it could be worth more than just 1 cent, especially if it has a special error or is in great condition. So, what errors should you look for? One of the most sought-after error coins is the 1944 steel penny. That's right, the 1944 penny was supposed to be made of copper, but in a few rare instances, some of them were mistakenly struck on steel planchets that were left over from the previous year's production. A 1944 steel penny is a huge find, and it's worth a lot of money. Another error to watch out for is the double die. This happens when the die used to strike the coin is misaligned, causing part of the design, like the wording or Lincoln's portrait, to appear twice. Double die errors are among the most desirable to collectors, and a 1944 penny with a clear double die is definitely worth a significant amount. Another potential error to be on the lookout for is the off-center strike. This happens when the penny is not aligned properly during the minting process, causing part of the design to be cut off. A well-defined off-center strike can make the coin a unique and valuable piece in a collector's collection. Now, let's talk about how to spot a valuable 1944 Lincoln Wheat penny. First, you'll want to check the condition of the coin. Most circulated coins will have significant wear, meaning the details like Lincoln's features, the wheat stalks, and the lettering may be worn down. A mint-condition coin with sharp, clear details will always be more valuable than one that's been heavily worn. Next, take a close look at the mint mark. It should be located just below the date. The coin could have been minted in Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco, and each mint has its own characteristics. However, it's important to note that some collectors are especially interested in 1944 pennies minted in Denver with certain errors, as they're often the rarest. Use a magnifying glass to carefully inspect for minting errors like the double die or off-center strike, and keep in mind that coins with these imperfections are far more valuable than those without. If you come across a 1944 steel penny, then congratulations, you could be holding a rare and extremely valuable coin in your hands. Let's talk about the value of the 1944 Lincoln Wheat penny. As you might have guessed, this coin can be worth much more than just a penny, especially if it's in great condition or has a rare minting error. A standard 1944 penny in circulated condition might only be worth a few dollars, but if you have one that's in mint condition or has a rare error, then you could be looking at a value of $4,000 to $43,000. So, there you have it. The 1944 Lincoln Wheat penny is not just an old penny, it's a valuable collector's item with the potential to make you a lot of money if you find one in good condition or with a rare error. Remember to check for steel planchets, double dies, and off-center strikes. These could turn a regular penny into a small fortune. Before you go, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Have you ever found a 1944 Lincoln Wheat penny, or do you have any other coins with minting errors in your collection? Share your experiences with us in the comments below. Today, in this video, we'll be taking a deep dive into one of the most fascinating pennies ever minted, the 1949 Lincoln Wheat penny. This humble 1-cent coin might just be worth a lot more than you'd expect. So, whether you found one in your pocket change or you're hunting for valuable coins, stick around. By the end of this video, you'll be well versed in the key features of this rare coin, what errors to look for, and how to spot one that could be worth anywhere between $4,000 to $40,000. Let's start with the key features of the 1949 Lincoln Wheat penny. This coin is part of the famous Wheat series of pennies, which were minted from 1909 all the way through 1958. The 1949 penny holds historical significance, as it was struck during the post-World War II era, a period of economic recovery and transformation for the United States. On the obverse side of the coin, you'll find a beautifully rendered portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. Lincoln, of course, is one of the most beloved figures in American history, and his image on the coin serves as a symbol of unity and strength. Around Lincoln's portrait, you'll see the word liberty and the motto, "In God We Trust." Below Lincoln's bust, the year 1949 is clearly stamped, marking the coin's production year. Flipping the coin over, the reverse side is where the magic happens. The wheat design, which features 2 stalks of wheat, represents the nation's agricultural foundation. Between the stalks, you'll find the words, 1 cent, with the phrases United States of America and E pluribus unum displayed along the bottom and top edges. This side of the coin is classic in its simplicity but carries a deep connection to the heart of America's economy at the time. Now, let's talk about why the 1949 Lincoln Wheat Penny is so valuable. The value of this coin goes beyond its historical significance. First, it's important to understand that the 1949 penny was minted in large numbers, so on the surface, it might seem like just another regular coin. However, as with many coins, its rarity, condition, and potential errors are what make it stand out in the world of numismatics. While most of the 1949 pennies were produced with no major issues, certain factors make a mint condition coin highly desirable to collectors. If you happen to have a 1949 Lincoln Wheat Penny that is in near mint condition, meaning it has sharp details with minimal wear, then you could be looking at a very valuable coin. However, what really makes the 1949 penny worth serious money are the errors that may have occurred during its production. Coin errors can greatly increase the value of a coin, and with the 1949 Lincoln Wheat Penny, there are several key minting errors to watch for. Let's go over some of the most common ones. The most desirable and valuable error to look out for is the double die. A double die error happens when the die used to strike the coin shifts slightly during the minting process. This results in parts of the design being stamped more than once, giving it a blurry or doubled appearance. With the 1949 penny, the double die errors usually affect the date or the inscription around Lincoln's portrait. A well-defined double die can dramatically increase the value of the coin, making it a true treasure for collectors. Another type of error to look for is the off-center strike. This occurs when the penny isn't aligned properly on the die, causing the design to be shifted to one side, leaving a portion of the coin blank. This makes the coin unique, and collectors often pay a premium for these kinds of misstrikes. Additionally, there are die cracks or die breaks that may also increase the coin's value. These occur when a crack develops on the die, and it leaves a raised line on the coin's surface. While not as valuable as double die errors, these coins can still fetch a premium price depending on the severity and visibility of the crack. So, how do you spot a valuable 1949 Lincoln Wheat Penny? First, you need to examine the condition of the coin. Coins that have been well preserved and remain in mint state, meaning they show little to no wear, are far more valuable than those that have been in circulation for decades. Use a magnifying glass or a microscope to get a close look at the details. If the coin has sharp features and the wheat stalks are clearly defined, you're in the right direction. Next, look for any minting errors. As mentioned, a double die error, off-center strike, or die crack can make a huge difference in value. Use the magnifying tool to inspect the date and letters for any signs of doubling or misalignment. Remember, the clearer and more visible the error, the more valuable the coin becomes. Also, keep in mind the mint mark. The 1949 penny could have been minted in Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco, and coins from certain mints may be more valuable than others. However, the condition and rarity of the coin still play a more significant role in determining its overall worth. Now, you're probably wondering, what's the actual value of a 1949 Lincoln Wheat Penny? Well, this coin's value can vary based on condition and any errors it may have. In general, a regular 1949 penny in good condition may be worth only a couple of dollars. But if you have one in near mint condition, or if it features a rare double die or other minting errors, the value can skyrocket. A coin like this could be worth $4,000 to $40,000. So, there you have it. The 1949 Lincoln Wheat Penny is a prime example of a coin that might be hiding in your collection or even in your pocket change. Whether it's in pristine condition or features a rare error, this coin is definitely worth keeping an eye out for. Before we wrap up, I want to know, have you ever come across a 1949 Lincoln Wheat Penny? Or perhaps you've spotted a coin with an error that turned out to be worth a lot? Let us know in the comments below. If you found this video helpful and want to learn more about rare coins and how to spot valuable pieces, be sure to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you never miss a coin discovery. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting out there.